ASMR Sports here. Today we have a throwback episode. I am just taking a piece of gum out here. Okay. Hope everybody's doing good. Today we go back in time a little bit. I used to do a lot of actual wax packs of sports cards, meaning they were cards from the 80s that, much like the name suggests, were wrapped in wax paper instead of some of the newer plastic wrappings or foil that are standard today. So these cards are from 1989, and they are Bowman. Now, I have actually opened a lot of Bowman baseball cards that are modern cards from the last few years, and interestingly, this set here from 1989 was the first year that Bowman, or a Bowman branded baseball card had been manufactured since like 1955 was the last year that Bowman made cards, and they were actually, their own company. These cards and all subsequent Bowman cards after 1989 are produced by Topps. So what Topps did is they just basically decided that they were going to start using the Bowman brand, which had long since been abandoned, and then they would own that brand. And excuse me, Topps has done a lot of that actually since around the mid 2000s, maybe a little before. They've started bringing back old brands of cards, or like sets of cards that existed in a lot of them are like from the early 1900s, like the tobacco cards called like T206, which is interesting because that T206 name was given to a set of baseball cards from 1909. Well, it was a set of cards that came with tobacco products from between 1909 and 1911. And the T206 designation was actually given to the set by a guy who was sort of an archivist of baseball cards and had a catalog of old sets that he assigned different catalog designations to, and T206 was one of them, and that's the set that has the most valuable baseball card ever in it, the T206 Honus Wagner, which has a yellow background, and you've probably seen it if you've been around baseball cards at all, because it's a very well known and sort of famous card. Anyways, also I will apologize, there's definitely going to be some background noise in this because the room that I record in is in the basement with the laundry equipment, and I have some laundry in finish, so hopefully it's not too distracting. I mean, it's a couple rooms over, so it's pretty minor, but this microphone picks up a lot of things, so I am sure you can hear it, because I can hear it coming through in the monitor. At any rate, so that's a long introduction to this set, which again came out in '89, was sort of a rebirth of the Bowman brand made by the Topps company. And that Bowman brand has been very successful for Topps, so it was a good move that took, several years really to gain popularity. These cards did, moderately well back in the day, but they're very cheap now, and there's a couple of decent cards in this set. But excuse me, I just had to clear my throat there. There are a couple of decent cards in this set, but it's not very valuable overall, and it took until about 1992 or so when they kind of started cutting production down, and there were important cards like Derek Jeter rookies and stuff in there for things to get a little more valuable. But anyways, this is a fun set. So this 1989 set was actually made in a size that is bigger than the standard card today. It's a size of card that was popular back, in the 50s, and they thought, I guess, that was kind of a cool little gimmick, but it ended up not being very popular with collectors because, it wouldn't fit in standard pages, card pages, and other card protectors, so it was kind of a pain in the butt. And they ended up just going back to the normal size after this year, so this is the only year of Bowman that is made in kind of a larger size. So at any rate, let's bust in. I've got 3 of these packs. I've got a whole box of them, but we're going to open 3. These are gum from 1989. Some of you who are baseball card historians will know that when Bowman was actually a separate company from Topps in the 50s, they had a very significant court battle over the right to sell cards with gum in it, and I think so Topps won that, and then Bowman had to not include gum with their cards, and they were gone just a few years later from the marketplace, so people really like their gum in cards. Similar thing happened in the early 80s when some of the competitors to Topps came to the market and decided to start including gum in their cards. In any event, alright, let's go through these. So this is Johnny Art of the Twins. I've never even heard of him, actually. And this is Bob Melvin, who's now a manager. I can't remember for who. Here's the Wild Thing, Mitch Williams, flamethrowing Cub reliever. I don't know if he started as reliever, probably did not. Look at the stats. So he had, the way they do these stats, excuse me, I'm recovering from a cold, so a little bit of a minor cough. So this is very unique. They broke down the stats, on a per team basis, so you can see how many games he played against each team and how many innings and blah blah blah. But then there's the totals for the prior year, and it looks like he had 67 games and 68 innings, so he was definitely a reliever at this point. Alright, well, here's Rafael Palmeiro, who was caught up in the steroid kind of scandal. I believe he testified before Congress and said that he did not use any substances, but there was evidence to the contrary. And he had really a Hall of Fame caliber career, was a really great player. And, is one of those guys like Roger Clemens or Mark McGuire that just is assumed, guilty and does not get recognition from the baseball writers in the Hall of Fame voting. So here's Ken Howell. I don't know why. It's kind of funny. They only show their autographs, so I can't quite tell who they are. But yeah, I've not heard of a lot of these guys. Here's Doyle Alexander. I know him. So in these packs, there was one. This is actually on the back of this is an entry into a contest, I think, or else an order form. No, it looks like a contest. So it's a sweepstakes, as Topps is known to do. And then on the front of these sweepstakes cards is a reprint of a Bowman card from the past. This looks like a gee whiz, which, well, let's see, it'll tell us. I'm gonna guess it's like a 1950. Yeah, 1950 Bowman, Jackie Robinson. That's a cool card. Here's a Bill Ripken card, rookie card, and this was actually the year 1989 when the famous Bill Ripken fuck face card came out. That was a Fleer, 89 Fleer card. So I don't know if you all know about that, but it was kind of scandalous. Still is very kind of well-known incident where there was a picture taken of Bill Ripken holding a bat, and you could see the knob of the bat on the bottom. And it appeared to have some writing on it that said F-U-C-K face. And when Fleer realized that, they immediately took the card out of the packs, that were being manufactured, and then they sort of did a series of attempts at sort of covering it up, using like just kind of a white-outed box or a black box or any number of different things. And there's all these variations, some of which are very rare, but the original error card, as it's called, with the obscene language on it, is also still pretty desirable. And you'd probably get $15 for it on eBay. There aren't that many around. I've got one, anyway, so you can look that up on the internet, see all the variations if you want. Here is Kent Herbeck, big-time star of the Twins, first baseman. Here is Charlie Pulio, never heard of him. And this is, was this Randy Milligan? Yes, it is. Oh, and there's Teddy Higuera. And one of the greatest base stealers of all time, Vince Coleman. Yeah, boy, like 85, 86, that guy was stealing like over 100 bases. It was completely insane. I think he still has the single season stolen base record, actually. It's kind of funny, now, like, it's a big deal if you steal like 60 bases. And even the fastest guys oftentimes don't even have that many. So, I don't know, I think catchers have just gotten a lot bigger arms and better off defensively. I also think, pitchers definitely have gotten much faster in terms of velocity. The average fastball these days is probably, for a starter in the major leagues, wouldn't surprise me if it was like 93 or 4 or something. And I don't know what it was back in the mid 80s and before, but I guarantee you it was slower. There were a lot more, Nolan Ryan did not throw nearly as hard as some of the big guys. that you see today, like, Strasburg and Aroldis Chapman and guys like that who throw consistently over 100. I mean, Nolan Ryan certainly could go there, but not with the consistency that some of these flamethrowers today have. So the pitchers today they're much bigger, and fastball speeds are much higher. So I gotta think on average that's gonna reduce the number of stolen bases because the ball is just getting to the plate much more slowly back in the past than it is today. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of race through these until I hit somebody good. And here's Mark Langston. He was a good pitcher back in the mid-80s to late 80s. Ernie Riles. Here's our sweepstakes entry card. Here's Whitey Ford. This looks like a 51 Bowman, I think. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, 51 Bowman. So this set, 51 Bowman, actually has the only true rookie cards of Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle. A lot of people think Mickey Mantle's 1952 Topps is his rookie card, but it's really his second year card. A lot of people still say it's a rookie anyways. So, what are you going to do? Here's Denny Martinez, Joe Carter, Dan Plesac, and Tom Henke. Alright, so the big card to get in this set is, of course, the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. So it would be fantastic if we got one of those. Obviously, we've got a Ricky Henderson with some gum staining, so that's always cool. Oh, look at that! Speak of the devil with that sweepstakes card. We'll talk about that later. This is, gosh, who is that? Hugh Walker. I don't know if I ever heard him. Yeah, a lot of players I've not heard of. Glenn Hubbard. So there's Ricky Henderson, who was with the Yankees at this time. That's a cool card. As a Yankee fan, I definitely appreciate having him on the team when he was. So here you go. There's their 1951 Topps Willie Mays card. Really good looking card. Would love to have one of those someday. I have a 52 Topps Willie Mays, and I think I have. I think I have a 52 Bowman Willie Mays, but not a 51. So, alright, Alex Sanchez, Pete Arnish. That's a fun little photo. Cal Daniels in our last two cards. Andy Van Slyke. I do like these, long cards for these action shots. They definitely, I think, make a good frame for those kinds of photos. And there's Gary Templeton. Alright, well, there's your 1989 Topps. Or sorry, 1989 Bowman inaugural set baseball cards. No major stars except Ricky Henderson out of there, but a cool Willie Mays reprint card. So, alright, well, I hope you enjoyed. We'll probably try to do some more of the older stuff coming up here, because I know I've had some requests for that. So, hey, thanks for watching. Please spread the word and subscribe if you're not already.